I don't think you should drink so much coffee on an empty stomach.
Just pour, please, Mrs. Lucas.
You've hardly touched your breakfast.
Well, it's because I'm not hungry.
Not hungry or not, a man needs sustenance. And you don't eat enough to keep a bird alive. Good morning, Mr. Webster. Mr. Carpenter is having his coffee. Would you like some?
Yes, please, ma'am.
Mrs. Lucas, we'd like a fresh pot, please.
Very well.
That's it?
Yeah, Charles, this is it. All $400,000 in cash.
Impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all yours.
Hardly. I don't often get to see my money, and this is probably going to be the quickest glimpse I'll ever get of it. Now, you did arrange to do it just as they said.
Oh, yes, all of the bills have no consecutive serial numbers, and it's all small bills, 20s or less.
Now, we can't keep it here.
Oh, no. I'm going to take it right back to the bank and put it back in the safety deposit box.
First National.
Yeah. And then when the kidnappers call and say when and where they want it, you call me and I'll get it for you.
$400,000.
Yeah. Well, it's either that or Miriam.
And I don't regret that for 1 minute. I do wonder a little bit, though, about how they're going to use it. Pin money, no doubt.
I forgot. I brought Miriam's letter back to you. McCormick didn't find anything on it.
Well, he certainly didn't have much to go on, no fingerprints or anything.
Yeah.
Miriam wrote this, Harold. I know she wrote it, but there isn't any date or any indication of when. In fact, there's hardly anything in this that convinces me that she's still alive.
Charles, some things you have to take at face value, huh? I don't think that they're going to give us any more proof until they actually exchange Miriam for this money. Well, that's what we're banking on, isn't it?
Mm. She misses me. She has too much time. She wants to come home. Oh, how can they torment somebody like that? She must be alone. I've never heard her carry on about our house in Smith Crossing before. It's unnatural.
Charles, I wouldn't think that anything about being kidnapped would be natural.
I know, but she's being held so long.
Well, yeah, I know. I mean, that's what I mean, Charles. She's probably had time to do nothing but think. I mean, that's why she comes up with those ideas like that. Like, oh, Miss Lucas, I'm sorry I put you to all that trouble, but I'm sure I'm going to have to run. I hope you won't hold it against me.
No, suit yourself.
All right, I'll take care of this, Charles.
Yes, keep in touch.
Okay,
What are you looking for, Nancy?
My electric curlers.
Listen, why don't you go ahead and get dressed? I finished up in the kitchen, and your hair looks fine anyway, really.
Look, I don't know about you, but I am not dressed until my hair is done.
Okay, well, use mine. They're on the hamper.
Yeah, I know where they are, but they don't have steam. I need mine.
Listen, Nancy, you really don't have time for all this if you intend to come to work with me.
Here they are.
Did you hear what I said?
What?
Are you coming to work with me? And I hope you say yes because I really need you there this morning.
Yeah, but look at this stuff. I gotta find a place for it.
Okay, we can do that tonight. I'll help you. But I promised, and you promised, that we'd finish the report on the housing complaints today. Do you remember?
Oh.
That's right, oh.
Well, you know, I've got to find a place for all this stuff. I've got to get myself organized. I can't work unless I'm organized.
Listen, if it doesn't bother me, it shouldn't bother you. I need you a lot more at the office than I need you here.
Well, look, if that's the way you feel about it, maybe I should just take my stuff out of here and find somewhere else to stay before I unpack.
That's not what I meant.
Well, I can't work if I'm not organized.
You're not in my way.
Vicky, look, you know, I was thinking maybe if I had some of my furniture here, then, you know, I wouldn't have to live out of boxes, you know?
Nancy, it's not going to be for long. Shoot, I've lived out of boxes for weeks.
You know, if I got those bookcases, I could stick them right over there against that wall and put a lot of my stuff there, and it would make everything simple.
Are you going to get dressed or not?
Yeah, aren't you?
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Did you spend the whole night here or something?
No,
What time did you get here?
I really don't know, Gil.
Look, I know you're busy, but have I done something wrong?
No, you haven't done anything wrong.
Well, talk to me.
All right, what do you think about my sketch?
Good. Real good. Good job.
Thanks.
Wait a minute. Let me take one more look at that.
What are you doing?
I'm listening. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Maybe if I'd be real quiet.
Gil.
She said something. She said my name. Gil.
Now you sound like Dad.
Well, good. You know, if he was here, you'd be talking a mile a minute. Hey, you don't have to tell me what's wrong. I know. And I know I haven't been much help. I don't know, this whole thing with you and Russ, I'm sorry I've given you a hard time. I mean it.
It's not your fault. It's my inability to let him go.
Hey, don't start crying. Please. Let me go and get him. I'll go find him and bring him back to this office. Huh?
Gil, if I knew my tears had that much effect on you, I'd use them more often.
I mean it. If you think it'll help.
No, it's not necessary. I am having regrets about breaking up with him. I know it was the right thing to do. I'll get over him one day.
That's the difference between you and me. Male and female relationships. That's why it's hard for me to understand you sometimes.
I know that. I got up real early this morning. I had a hard time going to sleep because I kept thinking about Russ. So I just went ahead and got dressed and came on down to the office. I have to forget about him. I have to.
Hey, come here.
Gee whiz, what took you? I thought you got mugged or something.
Oh, no. I had to go and see Charles. We finally, at long last, got all the ransom money together. And I had to go let Charles inspect it. And then I had to take it back to the bank and get it back in the safety deposit box again.
Oh, great. Now what?
Classic case of hurry up and wait.
You mean you gotta wait for the kidnappers to call or something?
Yeah, that could be anytime. Could be tonight, could be tomorrow, could be next week, who knows?
This is really the pits. You know what? I mean, Miriam's sitting there with my life insurance stashed in her purse. You've got the ransom money. You're waiting for the kidnappers to call. And I got a weird feeling this whole thing is gonna blow up in our faces.
Gee, Babs, that sounds kind of dismal. Don't think like that.
Yeah, well, now would be a good time for me to just get out of Kingsley permanently. I don't know, maybe go to Mexico or Canada or something like that.
No, don't even think like that, Babs. We're on the brink of ending this whole thing.
On the brink, yeah. Disaster, maybe. I mean, suppose Charles Carpenter does give them the money, and poof, there's no Miriam. I mean, you have to think of that. There's no guarantee they're going to give her back, no matter what you do.
You're right. But I just don't want you to leave.
You wouldn't try to stop me, would you?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to do that right now. Look, I posted bail for you in good faith. Now, what am I supposed to do if you go and jump bail on me?
Oh, come on. You could think of some kind of legal excuse or something, couldn't you?
Maybe I can, but that's not the point. There's more to it than that. Babs, I missed you. All the time, the weeks you were gone, hiding out, who knows where. I was worried about you. You know that.
I know. And I missed you too, big hunk. Well, what am I supposed to do? I mean, if Miriam doesn't show up with those copies in her purse, what's going to happen to me? I mean, I got about as much chance as a spit in the ocean.
What are you going to do?
Do you think Ione would mind if I took this with me? She snuck it into me the other day.
Please don't do this.
I've got to, Harold. I mean, I'll go crazy sitting here if they don't kill me first. This is my only hope.
No, Babs, it isn't. Look, just listen to me. It isn't your only hope.
Yeah, what do you mean?
I'm going to do just exactly what I said I was going to do. I'm going to go see the prince myself.
You don't need an umbrella today, Nancy.
Yes, I do. They said it's gonna rain.
Well, if we don't hurry, we're going to be late for work.
Vicky, I cannot function under all this kind of pressure. Why don't you just go without me, and I'll meet up with you later?
When? This morning? This afternoon?
Well, I can't be that specific. You know, after I get back from the doctor's.
Well, that's news to me. When did you decide to go to the doctor's?
Well, just now. I've been having these shooting pains in my eye again. I really think I ought to get it checked out, get Dr. Phillips to look at it.
Dr. Phillips?
Yeah, he runs the clinic downtown, and I'm a special patient of his. So why don't you just go on without me?
Well, I hate to leave you here like this. Maybe I should take a look at your eye. Maybe an eyelash or something got caught in it.
Oh, I don't think so. You know,
well, it
it'd
wouldn't
be
hurt
fine.
to look. Let me see now. Look up. Look over. I don't see anything, Nancy.
Well, I think it's an internal thing, actually. But, you know, I've been having it off and on for a couple of days now, and I think that if I don't get it checked out, it could get worse.
Well, are you going to be able to drive okay?
Oh, sure. I'll be fine. Don't worry about it. But, you know, I'm sorry I can't help you out as much as I promised to today. But, you know, I really think I ought to do something about it, because you never know what could happen.
No, you're right. I think you should go to the doctor.
Well, good. I appreciate it.
Do you think you'll be able to come into work later today?
Oh, sure. I'll be there, you know, after I get out of the clinic. I'll come right back down there.
Well, okay then. Good luck.
Good. Thank you. I'll need it.
Okay, I'll see you around, Nance.
That was sheer inspiration. Oh, correction. Dr. Phillips is sheer inspiration. Or should I say, Dave?
Babs, I know that you don't like me going to see Cardello.
Only because I'd like to see at least one of us stay alive.
Babs, I want to see both of us stay alive.
Yeah, well, Cardello does not want you to know who he is.
And I don't want you to do any more running. You've done enough running. Maybe I'm getting too old or sedentary or something. I don't know. But I don't see the adventure or the profit in it. Besides, I don't like Mexico. I got sick there one time in Mazatlan.
In other words, you're not a Clint Eastwood, right?
No, I'm not. And I don't want to have to go chasing all over the Western Hemisphere trying to find you, hoping that I'll recognize you through some hokey disguise. Babs, I want you here. And I want you free. And I want you to be able to hold your head up high and say to anybody, Kingsley's my home. I belong here. Isn't that what you want?
You know it is.
I want us... Oh, this is maybe the wrong time. Babs, I want you to be my secretary again. I don't care how lousy your filing is. I love it. And I probably shouldn't say this because that's what you were arrested for in the first place, but I think you ought to get an award for what you did to Nancy Lawson.
Oh, thanks. That's really a compliment coming from you.
Now, look, you said yourself that the chances of seeing Miriam alive again are slim. Now, if that's true, then the chances of seeing that purse or the papers you stuffed inside it are even slimmer. Now, that's one option out the window. Now, I've already said no to the other option, which is Ryan Hyde. That only leaves one, and that's Cardello, and he's the shortest distance from A to B. A, be in fear and hiding for years, maybe. And B, be in your freedom. What can you lose?
You? You know, if he finds out that you know who he is, he might kill you.
Babs, I may be getting sedentary, but my mind isn't. I can still talk my way out of most any situation. That's why I'm a lawyer.
Yeah. But Cardello would be the judge and the jury. It's too risky.
No, Babs, I made my mind up on this. Let's just not try to confuse the issue.
Okay? If you're going to stick your neck out on the line, then I'm going with you.
Absolutely not.
Oh,
No.
yes, you can't leave me out of it. Yes. Look, two of us saying the same thing is going to be better than just one.
Oh, Babs, I don't know.
Well, let me put it to you another way. Either you take me with you, or I'm going to leave for Mexico.
You drive a hard bargain, woman.
Right. So when are we going?
Just as soon as I can get an appointment.
She's not in yet? Okay, well, I've already called once before. Yeah, this is Gil Prescott. Thank you. Yeah, could you ever give me a call when she gets in? She's got my number. That's right. Thank you.
Well, Amber's not so easy to get, is she?
She's in the studio. They're having a long session. Some photographer from Italy's in town.
Well, do you have any plans for this evening?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get a hold of her for. There's an art exhibit going on at Kingsley College today.
I don't believe it.
What?
I've been trying to lure you to art exhibits for years.
Well, I know. It's just you haven't offered quite the right incentive. Why, do you plan on going?
Well, yeah, but they're expecting a downpour this afternoon.
I wouldn't let a little rain stop you.
Gil, it's not exactly the rain I'm worried about. See, Russ invited me a couple of weeks ago, so I'm supposed to go with him. I guess I was some kind of incentive for him. He never would have gone on his own. But no tears, I promise, okay?
Look, you know, somewhere out there is the perfect man for you.
I didn't think you believed in the perfect match.
Well, you do. Since you believe it, I think you'll get it.
I know you meant well, but I want to take blood pressure in the hall. It'll get them through here faster.
I see. So you need the chair?
Yeah. Come here, let me show you. Look, see? Here where you have it, somebody's liable to sit in it.
Well, isn't that what it's for?
What's in the line of traffic? Look, I want to bring my patient down here, weigh him, take a simple lab, and then nobody has to wonder who's next, because he's sitting right here, and there's nobody taking up an examination room.
I see. Well, that do make sense.
Excuse us, please. Come on right this way, Jack.
sorry.
Look, that numbness will go away in about 2 hours. Now, you take it easy and don't get it wet, okay? Well, who's next?
Mrs.
Miss
Carnes.
See? That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's Miss Roberts, and she's in there. Of course, she could be on the moon for all we know. I'll get her.
A bit of a mix-up, I take it.
Oh, Dr. Phillips, don't worry about it. We'll straighten it out.
Okay. Uh-oh, look who's here again.
Nancy Lawson.
Nancy, nice to see you again. If you'll just have a seat over there, Ione will get to you in just a minute.
Well, actually, you know, I wanted you to have a look at my eye again. I've got this
Here we
terrible
go.
throbbing
Here.
sensation.
Yes, well, Ione will take care of you.
Is this Carnes?
No, Carnes is waiting.
What's your problem, dear?
I have an infection in my eye. It's an emergency.
Honey, you ain't got no emergency. What's she doing back here?
Well, it's not Ion's fault.
Look, can you see me now?
No, he can't see you now. You can go sit down over there and wait your turn like everybody else.
Look, if you don't mind, who do you think you are here?
Oh, come on, Nancy.
Well, look I'm a patient of Dr. Phillips, and I'm also
And a spoiled
friend.
brat, too, is what I'd say.
Well, I take offense to that
Nancy,
kind of talk.
Lucy.
Lucille. Please. Lucille, that's my name. Nobody calls me Lucy but the doctors.
Ladies, look, I'll take her in number 3. And you get back to what you were doing. Lucy. Oh, look, it's gonna be fine, all right? Come on, Nancy.
Oh, boy. I'm sorry I snapped at you.
Oh, that's all right. You know, it's just that Nancy just seems to bring out the worst in all of us.
Well, I don't see anything wrong with the eye, Nancy. It seems to have healed beautifully.
Well, what do you think could be causing the pain, then?
I don't know. I can't find anything organically wrong with it. But look, if you'd feel better about it, maybe you ought to see an ophthalmologist.
Oh, I have complete confidence in you, Dave. Well, what do you think about the dizzy spells and that? Did I tell you I'd been getting dizzy spells?
No, when did that happen?
Well, I don't know. It just keeps happening off and on. I don't know why.
Oh, well, I don't either. I don't think it has anything to do with your eyes.
Well, what do you think I should do? Just ignore it?
Oh, no, of course not. But if you won't see an ophthalmologist, my only suggestion is that the next time you experience these dizzy spells, well, call me and I'll take another look at you.
Oh, I will. I can't tell you how reassuring that is, Dave.